All right, salute, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. Beautiful afternoon, if you will. It's actually not raining, but I am back in Bangkok. I'm back in Thailand for about 2 weeks, if you will. I'm excited, you know. I've been, anyone's followed my story, you know, I went back to America back in April. I've been spending some time working and whatnot, and I've got a good opportunity on a good flight to come back here to Thailand to visit my wife and whatnot. So I took it, you know, and honestly, as I sit here, you know, it's just like my heart's broken for everything that happened last week in America. And I don't want this to be a negative video, but damn, my head is spinning, and I'm not alone in this. This is not about me, but I think every American feels this right now. I've talked about this at length on several videos about the shit that's going on there in that country, and I just like can't wrap my mind around the fucking evil that's going on in America. I cannot wrap my mind around. It's getting worse. In 1 week, I mean, we had obviously Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. I always loved the man. I always thought he was wonderful. He's a good-hearted, good, honest Christian man, father. You know, got children. You know, has 2 beautiful children, a beautiful wife. You know, just a good, honest person, and had the balls to go into these colleges and universities and debate these children. You know, these, I wouldn't say children, but you know, young adults, if you will. That takes love, and this is out of love, you know, what he was doing. And a lot of people, I believe, see this. So kudos to all the people that have come out in support of this man and called out this detestable shit that happened, you know. I just can't even believe it, you know, how quick things can change. You know, how this dude was basically, he was assassinated in front of everyone, you know, in front of 3,000 people, and then, you know, obviously the entire damn world. And this guy that did it, you know, the one they have in custody, I mean, there's a lot of questions around this, but you know, we'll find out, you know, as time goes on, what this is all about. But this is truly a martyr situation, you know, and I hate to say it like that, you know. I'm not trying to diminish anything that or any other civil rights work that people have done over the years and lost their lives or not been received their proper, what do you call it, like proper respect for what they've done and whatnot. But to that being said, rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. Our hats off, our hearts go out to you, my friend. We all feel this. I think this is global. The entire world feels this right now. But you know, this is insane. In just 1 week, this comes on the heels of the Ukrainian woman that was brutally stabbed for no fucking reason whatsoever, sitting on a bus in Charlotte, or excuse me, the train, but you know, it's kind of like a bus train, sitting on a train, comes in there with her headphones, she sits down in the seat, and this dude just like, literally, when you just watch the video, it just chills you to the fucking bone. The dude he's obviously thinking about it, which is insane. When you start to like try to put yourself in the mind of a person who can do something like this, you know, and I'm talking about the attacker, the killer, if you will. I mean, this dude literally just sits back and he just takes out his knife and he's just sitting there plotting, thinking about it. And you're like, when you're watching the video, it's like, this dude is stabbing this chick for nothing. Like, he literally stands up and just jabs her in the freaking neck. And it took like a few minutes for people to even recognize it, which is insane. This poor girl, and she was over here trying to flee violence. You know what I'm saying? She was over here actually working hard. She took a, job working at a pizza shop, you know, a normal job as a refugee. This is just a disgusting, animalistic evil that we're seeing in the world today. But the last story I want to talk about, this story right here, man, no one's talking about this because we're so washed up and like watered down with everything else that's going on. This Indian man that owns the hotel, I'm assuming he owns the hotel, that was beheaded by a person that had a dispute about a freaking washing machine. And this was in Dallas, I believe it was in Dallas, Texas, but it was in Texas. Beheads this dude in front of everybody with a damn machete in the fucking parking lot. Kicks his head across the fucking parking lot. Like, I'm literally sick. I'm sick. I'm not the only one. I'm telling you. This is why people can't take living in the United States anymore, because we're watching the whole social construct break down. Yes, we see some elements of good and people coming together. I'm not trying to take away or diminish that. Many good things have come out, like the people in support of Charlie Kirk's family, you know, offering to pay for their anything they need, you know, for life, forever. You know, shout out to my man for doing this. But things like this are good, and there are elements of wonderful that you'll see in America, but it is so overshadowed by the evil. This is why it feels like we're just drowning, you know what I mean? Even though people are trying to do the right thing, trying to do good, trying to make a difference, trying to bring change in a positive way, or bring dialogue and debate, you know, bring people together, if you will, bring people to the table to talk and negotiate ideas and whatnot. People are literally being taken out for absolutely fucking, like my head is spinning. As I said, you know, I'm sitting here in Thailand, and this is what I'm still thinking about today. This is still fresh on my mind today. What happened last week, you know, in the States. And, you know, going back to that is really hard, you know. There's so many of these stories that are happening so quick that it's like there's no way to even cover it or give it the proper attention that it deserves, you know, none of this shit should be happening, but it's getting out of control. One of these incidences is too much in my opinion, but still, we can process this as people, as you know, as Americans or as humans. We can process these things, you know, and you know, and let time will heal these things. But when this shit just keeps happening like every damn day, and I'm not talking about bad things, I'm talking about extreme things, like the chick getting stabbed, the Ukrainian chick. That was the first story I heard about. When that happened, it was just heartbreaking. This poor girl, man, comes over here from Ukraine, you know, from the war, and comes over here and gets a job, and she's riding a train doing like the average person. She gets on the bus, got her headphones in, she's sitting there minding her own damn business, and for no fucking reason, this dude comes up and jabs her in the neck. Thinks about it, walks down like he was just nonchalant, like it didn't even fucking matter. Like, what the hell is going on, man? What the hell is running through society that people can, like, I don't care if it's one or two people that do shit like this. How the hell can this happen? Like, honestly. And why the hell does it continue to happen? Why the hell does this shit continue to get worse? But, you know, this is one of the reasons I don't want to be in the States. This is one of the main reasons I don't want to be in the United States. It's a much bigger issue than right, left. It's a much bigger issue than gun control or who's president. There is something sinister and evil running rampant through society. I mean, honestly, it's like the reality of a certain set of the population is that, like you can't convince them otherwise. As all these things were happening, this is the worst and most diabolical part, is that people were on social media laughing about this and even celebrating Charlie Kirk's, you know, what happened to him. Like, oh, they're losing their jobs. Good. Like, if you don't have the humanity to fucking, like respect the dead, like, you don't deserve to work here. I don't give a shit if you're right or left, black, white, Mexican. Statistics, when you go into, like, looking into this shit, there are more abortions than births in a year in America. That is insane. And women celebrate this shit. You hear about people mocking this in rap videos. You know, you go to the CVS and you see the Plan Bs cleaned out. You know, they literally laugh, mock, ridicule, make music videos, you know, talking about taking my babies out, eating Plan Bs and shit. Give that bitch a Plan B. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no fucking value on a human life. Everything that we're fed, from every direction, diminishes the human life. It diminishes individuality and how important the contribution of that individual is to society. And people feel like they have no effing purpose. So a lot of people are leaving to go seek out what the fuck that is, wherever that is. But when you just randomly sit there and you just randomly see a random person, I gotta stab this person. I gotta stab somebody. I gotta behead somebody. I gotta shoot somebody. Like, what the fuck? Like, there's no laws that can be passed to fix this. It's a deeper, much deeper problem. I don't know if I think it's obviously lost its way a long time ago. You know, they shot at Donald Trump too. You know, I'm not gonna not mention that. You know, anybody that tries to bring hope or inspiration, you know what I mean? It's beyond that. It's just disgusting and vile. And as I said, people just don't give a shit or put any value on human life. I don't know. I'm gonna go. I don't even know how to end this video. So, I do. I love you guys. I will say that. I love my fellow patriots. I love everyone, and my heart goes out to the victims of these heinous things that have been continuing to happen and get worse and more extreme. I don't know. I love y'all, and I'm gonna go ahead and sign out.